Not fair to have to follow after something so touching. I'm already crying. God hath not promised skies always blue, flowers strewn pathways all our lives through. God has not promised sun without rain, joy without sorrow, peace without pain. God has not promised we shall not know toil and temptation, trouble and woe. He has not told us we shall not bear many a burden, many a care. God has not promised smooth roads and wide, swifty, easy travel, needing no guide. Never a mountain rocky and steep, never a river turbid and deep. But God has promised strength for the day, rest for the labor, light for the way, grace for the trials, help from above, unfailing kindness, undying love. Thank you all for making the trip to be here today to remember Mom, Patty, Gma, great Gma, to celebrate her life and to comfort and support each other, especially Dad, in our time of grief. My earliest memory of Mom is of her visiting me when I was hospitalized with an infection. I remember frequently checking to make sure that she was still there, providing comfort and security. She was my human binky. She would say that I was independent by nature, citing the time I told her, "Wait, mint," when she wanted me to hurry, when in fact my confidence grew from her presence. She taught us to have fun. Instead of worrying about getting sand all over the floor, she threw down some newspaper and let us build sandcastles with silly sand in the kitchen. I also remember having my own cotton candy making machine, although I had to use it in the laundry room sink. I think now, sugar? Mom? Really? Is there any stickier mess to clean up than sugar? She was incredibly patient and tolerant of mine and Mark's antics, whether it was getting hurt, breaking something, like today, or trying to be clever and get away with swearing by singing, "I'd like to teach the world to sing and furnish it with love," until she told us sternly to knock it off. She was wise to us. She would fuss but never punish for having a messy bedroom. Instead, I remember what a treat and a gift it was to come home to a room that she had cleaned and meticulously organized. I apologized to her once I was in a place of my own, horrified at the idea of having a mess like that in the house. Throughout the years, she was my cavalry, having a sixth sense of when I needed her. When I was struggling to pack for a move to Connecticut, from Connecticut to North Carolina, she brought Michelle along, and in the blink of an eye, everything was organized and boxed, including, accidentally, a bag of garbage. She had grit and determination and did not hesitate to make certain that what needed to got done. Before my wedding to Tom, she and Dad came to help with preparations. She was better than any wedding planner. With her creativity in full force, she came up with the idea of making ornaments wrapped in ribbon for table cards, perfect for a December wedding, and handmade service programs with lace and embossed stamps. Our house was full of family on the eve of the wedding, everyone pitching in on an assembly line of glue guns, hole punchers, and glitter. The result was not only beautiful and memorable, but filled with her personal loving touch. She and Dad were also at my side during our attempt at IVF. They created culinary delights, braved a rare North Carolina snow to drive me for implantation, and were with me when I heard the emotional news that we had 6 viable embryos. Although the pregnancy was ectopic, I have the precious memories of their love and attention. Dad sweeping snow in a t-shirt, and Mom's comforting hugs and reassuring words. She was fiercely loyal and protective, the ultimate mama bear. When my teacher complained that I wasn't doing my homework, instead of scolding me to do it, she suggested that they give me some more challenging subject matter. As usual, she was right. It worked. I don't think Mom ever met a stranger. She could and would engage anyone in conversation, and in return, they often shared their life stories with her, sensing her warmth, compassion, and trustworthiness. She had a unique gift for noticing something special in people. She could zone in on a single trait or characteristic and point it out in a way that made you feel truly understood and accepted. Mom was the ultimate communicator. A phone call with her was never less than an hour long, filled with reflection, advice, laughter, and self-discovery. We shared the humor in life's odd quirks, like falling asleep in an instant as though sprinkled by fairy dust, or misplacing our phones or the remote while sitting in place in the chair. I don't remember specifically what we talked about the last time we spoke, but I do remember laughing with her and smiling the rest of the day. She didn't view life's glass of blessings as half full, but as overflowing. She would offer the clothes off her back, cook enough food to feed an army, ensuring there were leftovers to send us home with food, and loved volunteering at the women's shelter. Although not verbalized, I think one of Mom's mottos was, not only is anything possible, but also permissible. It's from her example that I learned to ask. If you don't ask, the answer's automatically no. To speak out against what's wrong, and that giving of one's time and talents feeds the soul. Some of my fondest memories are of her snapping her fingers and pointing to quiet us while she was talking on the phone, enlisting the help of Pastor Breivik to coax me out of the car to go to choir practice, listening to her angelic voice singing in the church, recognizing her unmistakable handwriting on letters and care packages, the two of us dining on saltines and dill pickle relish for dinner, polishing off her sherried sweet potatoes together straight from the bowl at Thanksgiving, being pampered with haircuts by Carlos in New York, massages, mani-pedis, and spiritual readings, her suggesting to Mark that he follow Carol O'Connor into the bathroom for an autograph at Sardi's in New York. Mark refused. Seeing her embrace life and cut loose with Dad, the life of the party, dancing at Murphy and Miller parties. Painting with her on the dock in the Bahamas, and hysterically laughing in Sam's Club at what she called Fargo hats for the guys for New Year's Eve. Some of my favorite momisms are, oh, just stop it, typically when an inanimate object wouldn't cooperate. Just have a little taste, and it's perfectly good. When I look in the mirror, I'm blessed to see her eyes looking back at me. I inherited her freckles and the rare ability to be both clumsy and graceful. The greatest compliment I've ever been given is that I look like Mom or remind someone of her. Mom, you are forever in my heart and live on in my spirit. Thank you for your undying love, support, encouragement, faith, and strength. I can still hear your voice assuring me you can do this. And from the strength you instilled in me, my response from your Frufus is I can and I will.